70 years ago, a man's body was found on a beach in Adelaide.
Slumped against a seawall and dressed in a suit and tie.
When the autopsy was carried out on the body, it soon became obvious that the man didn't die of natural causes.
December 1st, 1948. A body washes up on Somerton Beach, Australia. No name, no answers. This is the case that's haunted the world for over 7 decades.
I've been working and studying this case since about 2007. There's so many strange things about it that nothing about it ever surprises me anymore.
Early that morning, the sun rose over Somerton Beach, a quiet stretch of sand near Adelaide. At 6:30 a.m, 2 jockeys riding by spotted him, a man slumped against the seawall.
We went over to see if he was all right, and we got fairly close to him and couldn't see him breathing, and he never took any notice of us, so Horry Patching hopped off his horse and took hold of his leg, and he was dead.
He was in his 40s, clean-shaven, dressed sharp, grey suit, white shirt, red tie, no signs of a struggle, just still. Too still.
It's important for everybody to remember the Somerton Man's not just a curiosity or a mystery to be solved. It's somebody's father, son, perhaps grandfather, uncle, brother, and that's why we're doing this and trying to identify him.
Police arrived fast on the scene. They checked his pockets, empty. No wallet, no ID, no labels on his clothes. Even the tags were cut off. His hands were clean, nails trimmed, no hints of who he'd been or where he'd come from. An unlit cigarette rested behind his ear, like he'd planned to smoke it, but never got the chance.
There was nothing terribly unusual about finding a man dead in a public place like this, and the police assumed someone would soon come forward with a missing persons report and the case would be closed. But that didn't happen.
A number of people did come and view the body, but were unable to identify him. One of the intriguing things about the case is that all the clothes the man was wearing had the labels removed off them. And so this is what made some people think, oh, maybe this guy's a spy.
This is the coat, the tie, this is the rest of the clothes that the deceased was wearing.
The coroner called it poison. Something fast, undetectable. No blood, no wounds, just a body that shouldn't have stopped. They took his prints, his photo, and waited for someone to claim him. No one did. The Somerton Man was a ghost, and this was just the start.
The doctor who carried out the post-mortem examination said the stomach was deeply congested with blood, and in his opinion, death had been caused by heart failure due to poisoning.
The truth may be something that's very confronting, and it may reveal things that we'd rather not know on one level. Whatever the case, those questions need to be asked and those answers need to be given, and we need to learn the truth.
Days turned into weeks and the case got stranger. In a hidden pocket sewn inside his trousers, they found it. A scrap of paper torn from a book. 2 words printed in Persian. Taman. Shud. It means the end. The press ate it up and dubbed him the Taman Shud Man. But that scrap was a key, not a lock.
And it was a newspaper reporter who was well read and said it came from the ending of a book called The Rubaiyat, written by Omar Khayyam. And it meant the end or the finish. And this brought forward the theory that perhaps he had committed suicide.
The police tracked it to a rare copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar of Khayyam, dumped in a car nearby. Inside the book, a handwritten phone number and a code. 5 lines of scrambled letters. CXMTQ BGWFI. Random to everyone, but maybe him.
A man came forward to say that he had found a copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, and it did have the last page torn out. So he handed it in to police. He said it had been thrown into the backseat of his car 6 months earlier.
So on the back of the book were some strange letters that the police couldn't make any sense of, and a phone number that belonged to a young 27-year-old woman who happened to live only 5 minutes walk away from where the man was found dead.
Cryptographers tore it apart. Spies? A cipher? Nothing stuck. The woman tied to the number, a nurse, said she'd given the book away years ago. She saw his face and went pale, but she swore she didn't know him.
She took one look at it and looked straight down to the floor. Lean said, "Have you ever seen this man before?" "No." "Do you know who he is?" "No." "Can you help us in any way?" "No." Now I walked round behind her because I thought she was going to faint.
Then there's the suitcase, found at Adelaide Station, unclaimed clothes, no label, a stencil kit, a thread card matching his suit. It was his alright, but it told them nothing. Every clue led to a dead end, every answer raised a shadow. The Somerton Man wasn't just dead, he was erased. So who was he? The theories piled up like case files. A Soviet spy caught in the Cold War's early chill? Poisoned to keep the secrets buried? His clothes were foreign, his code unbreakable, maybe. Or a lover tangled in a revenge plot. The nurse knew more than she let on, her story too neat. Poison fits that quiet kind of hate. Then there's the wild card, a drifter, a nobody, dead by his own hand or accident, with no one left to miss him. But the care in his dress, the hidden clues, it doesn't add up. In 2021, they exhumed him, ran DNA, and a name floated up. Carl Webb, an Australian engineer. But the trail's cold, and no proof definitively ties it shut. Experts still argue, spy gear, love letter, random scribbles? The code's never been cracked. The book's a ghost, and the man's face stares back from old photos. Blank, unknowable. 7 decades on, the Somerton Man's mystery keeps spinning, with no end in sight. December 1st, 1948, marked the start of a mystery that won't die. The Somerton Man's mystery was never solved. Was he a shadow agent, a lost soul, or just a name we'll never know? His story is one of the many cases that grip, twist, and fade to black. And this is Grim Real, where the darkest tales unspoil. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and next time we're digging into another body, another secret, and the Reaper's waiting.